loving your naked body. This can absolutely be a touchy subject to talk about, and it's something that way too many people don't do and appreciate, is love their body and appreciate their body exactly the way it is. And I'm not going to get into the reasons why, because that is the obvious, and I don't think I need to put a disclaimer for that. But what I will say is that in no way am I saying that you have to do any of the things that I recommend unless you want to and feel comfortable doing. Everybody is at a different place in their lives and feel differently about their bodies and, their relationship with their bodies and their mindset when it comes to body image and standards and, whatever else. But right now, I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to love your naked body. Let's do this. So the first tip number 1, we want to dive back a little bit and uncover why is it that we don't love our bodies. Try and spend a few minutes on this and really think about why it is you don't. Did somebody influence you to believe that way? Do you not believe that because somebody made a judgment about your body or your character, which made you believe something about your body? Did you blame yourself for something? Was it food? Was it an external influence? Whatever it is, just take a couple of minutes and try and uncover that. And then decide and kind of think about what would it take for you to love your body? Where is your goal? What do you want to get out of the process of learning to love your body? And I really hope that my camera doesn't die on you guys, but I'm going to try and make this quick. So what are some of your goals? I want you guys to love your body exactly the way it is right now, but we all have something we're trying to strive for. In this case, I'm talking about the physical sense. Although I do heavily believe that in order to make the physical change, you need to have the mindset that's going to accompany that change. So plan out some of your goals, and don't just plan it out. Don't just think about it. Write it out. When you write it out, let your creative juices flow and then see that physical representation of what you want on paper. So at this point, we've kind of thought to ourselves why we maybe don't like our bodies the way that they are and what some of our goals are. Okay, so now let's try and put that into a little bit of action. What is going to make us love our very bodies, our souls, our physical being that's keeping us warm and alive and happy? What's going to make us appreciate our bodies? And I know a lot of us are going to go straight for I need to do this with my diet, this with exercise, whatever. But we want to have small, attainable steps that we can do to create this. You can write out actionable steps, which is what I want you to do. But you can also work a lot with your mindset. So I'm just going to give you kind of an example of something that I would do if I felt like I was lacking a little bit of self-love. So one thing you can do is start with your mindset, and that's highly what I recommend. You want to believe that you're beautiful. Create a scene around yourself that makes you feel beautiful. Maybe it's a certain outfit. Maybe it's really detoxifying your skin in a bath or a body scrub, lotioning up a little bit, moisturizing, lighting some incense, or being surrounded by the cool, crisp air, open a window, look at your plants, whatever it is. There's so many things that can bring you more connected and feel the beauty with not just yourself, but within life. And when you see the beauty that encompasses all of life, then you start to radiate that beauty within and start to see the beauty within yourself. So make the scene something really beautiful for yourself. Another thing that you can do is really start to point out the things that you do love about yourself. So we spend so much time thinking about the things that still are not, the things we still haven't done, the things we should do but aren't. Like if you're really stressed out, this is a little bit off topic, but if you're really stressed out and the end of the day comes and you didn't complete everything on your to-do list, you are way more likely to be stressed out over the things that you didn't accomplish rather than reflect on the things that you did accomplish. So this relates because rather than looking at the things that aren't where you want them to be, look at what you do love and what is where you want it to be. Do you see where I'm going with this? So for me, I will stare at myself in the mirror, and this is not an everyday thing. It's something I need to get better at. And I'll say something like, I have really beautiful eyes. I love the shape of my face. My hair looks really nice today. My skin is really smooth today. Try and point out the things that you feel are beautiful about yourself. And I remember I was talking to one of my friends one time, and I told them to write out 10 things that they value about themselves. And they said, ha ha ha, there's not a list of 10. And I stopped them almost immediately because that's what I experienced too when I first tried to do this. But if you really take the time to think about what you value about yourself and you are forced to write down those things, you will absolutely come up with a list of 10 things that you genuinely value about yourself. Physically, emotionally, whatever it may be, I would recommend doing a little bit of each, playing around with it. Really force yourself to see the beauty in yourself. And I remember when I did this exercise, I started thinking of things that I value about myself. And then I was like, there was that part of my brain that was like, you don't really value that about yourself. You can't write that. It's not good enough. Shut out that part of your brain. Say, nope, that is not my conscious mind speaking. That is not you. That's a voice inside your head that has been accumulated or been embedded in you from another source. That is not your voice. Listen to that really inner voice, that gut feeling, like you know what is the truth. And I know that there are beautiful things about each and every one of you. And another disclaimer, it's not all about beauty and physical being, but I know that this oh, hi puppy. Ew, don't slobber on me. I know this is something that needs to be talked about more in an open dialogue because I've seen firsthand so many people that are hiding behind these hidden walls of their mind. We are shackled by internal handcuffs. We are imprisoning ourselves with all of these thoughts and we're not living our life to the fullest. One thing I want you guys to think about is this. Envision, close your eyes for a minute, take a couple of deep breaths, and I'll do it too. Let's do one more. Now envision your old woman self, your 90, 100-year-old self. If you could speak to that woman and ask her, what is one thing that you wish you did or that you regret, however you want to word it, but what is one thing that you wish you did differently or wish you did more of? And I can almost guarantee you that one of those things might just be, I wish I spent less time worrying about things that didn't define me and really didn't matter. And this could be something different for you. Maybe it's, I wish I didn't spend so much time being angry. I wish I didn't spend so much time working. I wish I didn't XYZ. There's so many things you could say, but I guarantee that you'll wish you spent more time learning to appreciate and love your body the way it is. And I understand that it's hard. I know that it's hard, and it is a practice. But when you're that 90-year-old lady, you're going to wish you had the days now that you have. You're going to wish you could go back in time and just have your youth or have your younger years. So don't waste it beating yourself up and trying to meet unrealistic standards of Photoshop or trying to be somebody that's genetically not you or who has a body type that's not your makeup. So that's just some food for thought. And then after you've started to implement some things to really help yourself feel beautiful, and again, this is a practice, so you're going to want to pick something and try yourself, and try to do it every single day. Start with one day. Can you tell yourself some affirmations and tell yourself you're beautiful for one day? If you complete that, one more day. Take it one day at a time. Do it for a week straight. Challenge yourself to a week straight of positivity and gratitude for yourself and your body and your skin. After a week, continue that trend. We want to build the habit of positive self-talk, and in turn, we're going to be breaking the habit of negative self-talk. Our subconscious mind consistently chimes in to try and solidify why we aren't good enough, why the way we look isn't meeting a certain standard. And I still think that way too sometimes. It's a practice. I know I keep saying that and you're probably overhearing it, so I'm going to stop saying that. The next thing you can do is start to implement physical changes. If you have consistently tried to put these standards on yourself or put rules in place for yourself or set goals for yourself and you haven't been able to follow through, well, you are getting yourself in the habit of consistently breaking those rules, and then it becomes easier and easier to not follow through on your goals. So we want to break those down into a small attainable goal that you know you can achieve today. What is that going to be? What's going to make you happier and you would love to try and achieve? For me, I would like to do yoga more. I'm hurt right now from a car accident I was in last week, but I would like to do yoga more. And I remember I put it in my schedule once a week for a month. I can do this. And sure enough, I didn't do it. I didn't know why, because I feel like I should be able to do that. But the fact of the matter is that I didn't do it for whatever reason. Maybe it wasn't urgent enough for me to do it. So I had to suck up my pride and put it twice a month. If I can do yoga 2 times this month, I've already set myself up for success if I can make that happen. So even somebody like me who's a coach, I have to break things down into the very babiest of baby steps. So do the same for yourself, however small you need to go. Maybe it's, I want to do 5 minutes of ab workouts one day this month, one day this week, whatever it is, whatever the physical actions are that are going to get you to that goal, do that. So I want to recap on what we've talked about. We've talked about setting a scene that makes you feel really beautiful. I tend to do this about once a week, I would say, especially when the stress of the week builds up. I will have one self-care day, and it's different every week. It's not necessarily planned out, but face masks, body scrubs, oiling my body, massaging my scalp, watching The Bachelor, always watching The Bachelor. Setting the scene for yourself to really feel beautiful. Writing out things that you value about yourself, physically and emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all the above. You could even share these with somebody that you trust and that would support you in your journey to ultimately loving yourself. And then practice saying affirmations to yourself or setting one goal that you can do to feel more beautiful every day. Or just one day that week. See where you're at and build upon that. And then starting physical implementations of what are going to get you to the body that you soul desire. Oh, and I forgot to say, writing out what your goals are. Write out what your goals are. And you can even make things like a vision board. I haven't done that yet because I don't have a printer. But yeah, vision boards, magazines, whatever. Unless, of course, that makes you feel bad about yourself. But try and do things that empower you. So when you see it every day, you're really looking to a more positive side. And then start putting physical practices into place. So whether that's some kind of workout, standing more than you're sitting. One thing I do is I'll set a timer on my phone. And if I'm sitting down at my desk all day, I will set my timer for like an hour, 45 minutes. And when it goes off, I will stand up and do something, even if it's 5 squats. Or I'll just stand up and play with my dog for a minute or walk downstairs and refill my glass of water. Just to break the habit of doing something that's not necessarily serving you, like sitting on your ass all day. So these are some really small steps. I can't talk today. Small tips that you can implement today. And I didn't want to share with you guys some magical result that's going to help you love your naked body the way that it is. But this is what's going to help you when you don't. This is exactly where you need to start. Okay, guys. I'm going to shave my armpits. Thank you so much for watching this video. That's all I have for you today. I really hope you'll take these small tips into consideration and just try. And one thing that I will say is if you need kind of a guided approach to this, I have a 21-day, I don't remember what I was saying because my camera died, but I think I was talking about my ebook. So 21 days to quiet your inner bully. What I wrote in this book are pretty much the steps that I took to recover from my eating disorder. And it's completely free. It is the unedited version, so there are a few spelling errors, but I will leave the link to that in the description. And if you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed what I said today, please give this video a thumbs up. It would really help me out. And also subscribe to this channel. And please let me know what other self-care tips that you have and what other videos you would really love to see. And I will break it down for you guys step by step, by step by step by step by step. All right, guys, without further ado, I'm out of here. Peace.